You may proceed.
Hello, my name is Nick Kovich. I'm with a group called the Fang Collective. I'm originally from Bristol, Rhode Island. I live in Providence now in Senator Met's district. And I'm here in strong favor of this bill and hope that y'all approve it. One thing, I know it's been said in several different ways here tonight, but just thinking of the fact that, once again, so Burrillville has a fossil fuel power plant, Ocean State Power, that was approved in the 80s. The Energy Facility Citing Board was created in the late 80s to approve that project. Then there was a gas compressor station in the early 2000s that one part of the town fought, and that was still built despite opposition. And then there's a Spectra Energy compressor station that was just doubled in size. Now there's plans to double in size again. There's 2 interstate gas pipelines. They just expanded the National Grid's big electrical wires through town, cutting down hundreds of acres of forest just last year. So, this bill is important to me because it's talking about giving a voice to frontline communities that are being impacted the most by the fossil fuel industry. And I think people that are being impacted the most by the industry deserve to have a voice in the process. And I personally don't think this bill goes far enough. I would love to see this bill be up and down vote for the residents of Burrillville if they want this power plant or not. So I think this bill's already been compromised, but it's still giving Burrillville residents a voice in the process. And giving a voice to frontline communities is something important to environmental and climate groups across the country. 350.org, the biggest climate group in the world, they're talking about this bill right now, and they're going to send an email to their members in Rhode Island. National Sierra Club, National Food and Water Watch, organizations with millions of members are paying attention to this bill that your committee is going to be voted on. If you individually care about environmental issues or care about climate issues, this is really your legacy moment on that. The environmental movement is not going to forget anybody that tries to stop this bill that gives a voice to frontline impacted community like Burrillville. Just a couple other things. I know some folks were talking about how this is going to reduce emissions. Based on Invenergy's own numbers in their application, crossing those with the EPA's exchange system, this power plant, just based on Invenergy's numbers, would create the same emissions of 765,000 cars a year. People are dying right now because of climate change, and this is only going to make climate change worse. Another thing Invenergy said is this is a quick start facility. It's going to start and stop all the time. It'll be really great. But a noise expert that the town of Burrillville hired said that every time they start it up and shut it down, it's going to break the local noise ordinance. It may be 80, 90, 100 decibels. So every time they start and stop it, it's going to create intense noise above the legal limit in the town. I think that's all I wanted to say. But again, I just really want to stress the importance of giving impacted communities a voice in the process. And it's just a vital thing. It's about justice. It's about what's doing what's right. And I really urge you to really let this bill, at the very least, get out of committee. It was passed overwhelmingly in the House yesterday, and it was passed overwhelmingly because of a good reason, and that reason is because this is a good bill that makes sense, that people across the state and across the region support. So I hope that you pass it out of this committee. Thank you.
Are there any questions or comments for this witness?